Hello friends, so this is more practice for the rational exponents review video that I made. So in this video, I am going to go through all of these problems on rational exponents. So if you have never seen one of these videos before, this specifically continues extra practice exercises from a review video that I made on the same topic. So if you want to check out that review video where I really break down everything with this, check the description for a link to the review video. By the way, all of these problems that you see here, you can get a free PDF version of these with the answer key at divideandconquermath.com. Just go to the review section. Okay, so the way that I run these videos is that I am just going to plow straight through these problems. So if you want to pause and read them over or check them out, feel free to just pause and do that because I just go straight through them. Okay, so we're going to start with 25 to the 3 halves. So for 25 to the 3 halves, so we talked about in the review video, first you're going to take the square root and then you're going to cube it. So the square root of 25 is 5, and then 5 cubed is 125. Okay, for 8 to the 4 thirds, I'm going to first take the cube root of 8, and then I will take that to the 4th. So the cube root of 8 is 2, and 2 to the 4th is 16. Moving on to C, so now we have a negative exponent. So the thing to remember with the negative exponent is that it has nothing to do with negative numbers. This is telling us to create a fraction where this 16 is in the bottom. And now I can evaluate 1 over 16 to the 1/4. So 16 to the 1/4 is just the 4th root of 16, which is just 2. So this equals 1/2. Okay, so continuing on, I've got 4 to the 5 halves, so I'm going to take the square root of 4 first, and then I will take it to the 5th power. The square root of 4 is 2, 2 to the 5th is 32, bada bing, bada boom. All right, so 4/9 to the negative 3 halves. So first I want to get rid of that negative exponent, so I'm going to flip the entire fraction, and then I can go ahead and evaluate this this exponent. So just notice, right, by flipping the fraction, that's what made the exponent go back to positive. And so now I'm going to take the square root of 9 over 4. And so I just take the square root of the top and the square root of the bottom. So the square root of 9 is 3. The square root of 4 is 2. And then I can just cube all of that. So 3 cubed is 27. 2 cubed is 8. Okay, so now we're moving into some of the very fun exponent exercises with exponent rules. So for these, I talked about in the other video that you have different options on how you can handle this, but ultimately what needs to happen in this particular problem is that I need to add the exponents. So you can either just convert the exponents kind of and rewrite the problem, or if it's just too much detail, sometimes it's just too much detail like crammed into a little spot, you can just write out what it is that you're trying to do. So I've got x to the 1/6 and x. So I need to add these together and turn them into an improper fraction. So 1/6 plus 1, this is equivalent to 1/6 plus 6 over 6. So this equals 7 over 6. And then I also need to do 2/5 plus 1/3. So again, this is like why you need to be sharp on your fractions. I talked about this in the review video. So if you need a refresher of fractions, I do have a review series on that where I explain all of that. Don't let fractions just be a thorn in your side. You can review it, and then it does make your life a lot easier. And I strongly recommend you check out my series for that. Okay, so 2/5 plus 1/3. So the common denominator here will be 15. So I need to multiply this fraction by 3 over 3. So this will become 6 over 15. And then I'll multiply this second fraction by 5 over 5. So this will become 5 over 15. So this equals 11 over 15. So these are the two exponents that I need to finish this. So ultimately, this is going to equal x to the 7/6 and y to the 11/15. Okay, so continuing on with this now, and after this, I'm going to give myself more room for the rest of these problems. Okay, so once again, it's kind of up to you on how you want to evaluate this. So if you want, you can just go ahead and evaluate what happens with each part here. So if I take -8 to the 2/3, okay, so I need to take the cube root of -8, and then square that. So this will be -2, and then I need to square that, so that will become +4. Next, I need to take 6 times 2/3. So that's going to equal 12 over 3. So that'll equal 4. And then finally, I need to take 1/3 times 2/3. So that'll equal 2 over 9. So here are all the pieces that I need for this. And so this is going to equal 4x to the 4th, y to the 2/9. Okay, so continuing on, and now I've given myself a little more space. Okay, so for this one, so I notice that I have another negative exponent here. So first I want to get rid of that negative exponent. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm just going to flip everything. So this is going to become z to the 6, 4x to the 6, and y to the 1/2. And then what I'm going to do is that this will just become a positive 3/2 here. Okay, so now I need to take this exponent and apply it to each part of this problem, right? So again, up to you on how you want to do that. I'm just going to go ahead and break out all the calculations so I don't just cram them in. So 6 times 3/2, that's the first thing that I need to do. So 6 times 3/2, that's going to give me 18 over 2, so that's going to equal 9. Then I need to take 4 to the 3/2, so I guess I'll do that over here. 4 to the 3/2. So first I'll take the square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2. And then I need to cube that, so that'll equal 8. Next, I'm going to work on x to the 6. So I'm multiplying 6 by 3/2. So I'll do that over here. 6 by 3/2. Well, we already did that, right? So we just did that a second ago, so that still equals 9. And then I've got this y to the 1/2. 1/2 times 3/2 is what I need to do last. So this will be 1/2 times 3/2. So this equals 3 over 4. Okay, so in the end, my answer will be z to the 9th over 8 x to the 9th y to the 3/4. So that's taking all the pieces that I just worked through. Okay, so let's keep the party going. So very similar problem. So really good chance just to make sure that you're kind of getting all the details with this. I'm going to do the exact same approach that I had last time. So this one doesn't have a negative exponent, so I'll go ahead and just apply everything that we see here. Okay, so let's start with negative 27 to the 2/3. So first I need to take the cube root of negative 27. That's going to equal negative 3. And since this is in parentheses, this is negative 3 squared. This is negative 3 times negative 3, so this is going to equal positive 9. Next, I can take this x to the 3rd, so I need to take 3 times 2/3. So if I take 3 times 2/3, these 3's will end up canceling out, so I'm just left with 2. So let's see, I think I'll write this as I go along. So this is 9x squared. Next I have y to the 5th to the times 2/3, so I'll take 5 times 2/3. So this equals 10 over 3, and I can't simplify that anymore. So this will be y to the 10/3. And then finally, so I have this z to the 1/3 times 2/3. So this will be 1/3 times 2/3. That equals 2 over 9. So this will be z to the 2 over 9. And so that'll be the solution for that one. And for the final one, so I've got 4x to the 1/3, y to the 2/5. So for this one, I can see that all of this is being raised to the negative 3/2. So once again, what I'm going to do is I am just going to go ahead and get rid of that negative exponent. So this is 4x to the 1/3, y to the 2/5, all of that to the 3/2. So now I've gotten rid of the negative exponent and I can just move forward on this. So I'm just going to evaluate each part here. So 4 to the 3/2. First, I'm going to take the square root of 4. The square root of 4 is 2, and then I need to cube it. So this is going to be 8. Then I have 1/3 times 2/3. So let's see, I'll just go ahead and kind of have a running tally of this answer. So I'm going to take 1/3 times 3/2. So those 3's are going to cancel out, and I'm left with 1/2. So this will be x to the 1/2. And then I'm going to have this 2/5 times this 3/2. So this is going to be 2/5 times 3/2. The 2's will cancel out, and I'm left with 3/5. So this will be y to the 3/5. Okay, And so that brings us to the end of this video. And by the way, my review series has many other topics in it. So each topic includes a refresher video where I review how the topic works, and then it has practice problems with an answer key and worked out solutions for that practice problem set. That's what this video is. So if you're interested in reviewing anything else, go to divideandconquermath.com and just go to the review section. Everything is available for free. All right, guys, so that brings us to the end of this video. I'll talk to you next time.